Alright, good morning. Back here with our second project, Project 2, which we're calling Saddle Bracket. And again, this is part of our video series, Learn Fusion 360. And so let's go ahead and dig in. Today we're drawing this, let me move my ugly mug out of the way. This saddle bracket is what we're calling it. And so we'll add some dimensions here. It's going to be in inches, going to make it out of plastic. We don't have to worry about that till later. But if we're taking a look at this, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and click on my Fusion to get that opening up. So while we're waiting for that to load, if we look at this, we have a top view here, which is looking down on this object. What they did is they kind of oriented it so that this U-shaped here was the front. So it's a little bit, this isometric's a little bit off. They're calling this the front, and then kind of on the back there, they're calling that the right view, which is back this way. So I've got it kind of spun a little bit weird. Let's go back and see if Fusion is opened up for us yet. And because last time when I was working in this tutorial videos thing, it kind of opens back up to that same folder there. And then of course we want to work from this one where we already created our first project. And so we're going to use this to begin with. And so going back and looking at this, in my opinion, and you guys can decide differently if you'd like, probably the best or easiest view to draw this in to start with, I would think, would be this front view, right? To get this shape drawn, and then to extrude it back this way, and then add our cutouts here, and then our hole. That's kind of my plan of attack. So we're going to draw this shape, and I'm going to draw it a little bit differently from how we did Project 1. Right, so we're going to start in the front plane. So let's go back to Fusion here. I'm going to get rid of this for now, just so that we have a better view here. So I'm going to start a new sketch. I want to be in the front. All right, and then I'm going to make similar to how we did it before. Well, actually, let's do it a little bit different. So we'll start up here anywhere, not on the origin. Okay, and we'll take it down. And in the past, we've just kind of willy-nilly clicked something, then we've gone back and dimensioned it. But you can actually dimension as you draw. And so we're going to go, this line is 5, it tells you there. So I'm going to go 5, 2.5. It tells me that this thickness, so right here, is 0.5. And then back down, all the way across and things like that. And so part of this stuff we can do as we draw it. So I've got 5 there, and then I just can click to end it horizontal. Up there, I can say I want it to be 2.5. And then this, we know we want it to be 0.5. Click. And now, you know, if you wanted to do the math, you could. But I'm going to do something a little bit differently here. I'm just going to end it anywhere. Take it out here. Take it, I'm going to do it wrong on purpose. Have it nice and straight. I want it to be over this one. So I just hover for a second, then take it to straight, take it back down to close it, and now I'm going to use some Constraint Tools to get it how I want it to be. First thing I'm going to do is hit Escape, and I want to move some of these dimensions out of the way so they're not bothering me. Okay, so we got our object drawn. We know this line's 5, this is 2.5, this is 0.5, that's good. We know that we want this and this to be equal, so I'm going to use my equal constraint, make those two lines equal. And then this, there is no line, so I actually have to dimension that still, because I don't have a line that goes in there. There's no line that I can set to equal like this distance like I did here. And so we're just going to dimension that one. And now you can see that this line and this line don't match up. And so what we're going to do is use a collinear constraint. And so if I do that, and here, and here, it means that we want those in one line with each other, so at the exact same point, right? So that was the collinear constraint. If this doesn't show up on your screen, just hit this down here, and all of your constraints will pop up, and so that's where you would then be able to find the collinear down here. And so we're starting to get here, but you see that this is kind of, it's all blue still. It's not defined, right? And so what I'm going to do a little bit different this time is I'm going to try to get basically the center of this circle on the origin. Here's how we're going to go about this. And you guys have not done this yet, so what we're going to do is on your keyboard you're going to hit S. Okay, when you hit S on your keyboard, brings up this little window right here for sketch shortcuts. And at this point, it automatically allows me to type in this search window. And I'm going to start typing point, right? And what that does is now I can set a point anywhere on this. And I want a point that's going to stay right in the midpoint of this line. And so right there where it has triangle, I'm going to click right there and see that point's now going to stay. And now what I want to do is I'm going to make that point go to the origin. How do I do that? We are going to use the coincident constraint with that point we just placed and our origin. And you can see it then snaps our drawing so that it is now centered in the midpoint right on our origin, right? And so now we can kind of continue. We can go ahead. Everything is defined. It's all the lines are black, right? I'm going to hit Finish Sketch, go to a Home View, and now I'm going to hit E on my keyboard, and that gives me to the Extrude. And we're going to do this a little bit differently this time, right? Instead of one-sided extrusion, we're going to do a symmetric extrusion, okay? And it says half the length. Now we want it to be the whole length. That's what we're going to work from. So we clicked on whole length, and we want it to be extruded 3 inches. So now I've got all this stuff. Yours should match up with mine, symmetric. And then I clicked over here on whole length. And then for this distance, we're then going to type 3 inches. And new body's fine. And then we're going to hit OK. And you can see that it then went, both ways from the origin, keeping my origin in the center of what I wanted still, which is exactly what you guys should do as well. So now I've got this drawn out, and now we're going to just kind of add these cutouts, okay? And it says that that is from the center point, goes out 1 inch, which means it's a radius of 1, right on the very top, right? So the center point of my circle is on that top line that we get cut out. And so it doesn't matter which, this face or the back face, doesn't matter. We're going to create a new sketch on that surface. And what we're going to want to do is, we could do this a couple ways. We could draw just a circle. That's probably fastest, easiest. But I like to use new tools sometimes and teach you guys new tools. So we're going to hit Create, hover over Arc. And what we want is a center point arc. And our center point, we want it to be right in the midpoint. So I'm starting the center point when that triangle pops up, okay? And I'm going to take it out this way, and we know we want it to be 1. Okay, so I've set my dimension, right? It knows it wants it to be 1 inch out. And now I'm going to make sure I click on that line, and I'm going to take it all the way around, and I'm going to click to end it on that same top line. Okay, so it's 180 degrees around. And then that's done. I can finish that sketch. And now all we need to do is extrude that. And it just so happens that the other end matches, right? And so we don't have to draw it on that end too. What we can do is we can hit E on our keyboard to get to extrude and this surface, and we can take it that way. And this time when we change it from distance to all, watch what happens. It actually cuts through this back one as well. And we want it to cut, which is good, so then we can just hit OK. And now we've cut that out as well. And then the last thing we need to do is make the hole in the middle, which is a diameter of 1.25, 1 1/4. And so now what we need to do is create a new sketch on the top of this kind of bottom cutout there. And because of the way we drew this, our origin should be in the center of our bottom part here. And so then we don't have to worry about dimensioning that. Okay? So I'm going to take this circle out, 1.25 diameter, and I'm going to hit enter. And now I'm good to go. Now if you didn't have the origin centered in your part, you could always just put dimensions on it, right? From the very end outside wall here, 2.5. From this top edge, 1.5. And if you did the math, that's exactly half of 3. 1.5 is half of 3. 2.5 is half of 5. So it's right in the middle. And so you could dimension this circle to place it if you wanted to as well. Totally up to you on that. I'm going to hit extrude now on this circle. Take it down. All. Hit OK. And now we have completed this part, okay? The last thing we need to do is we're going to open up this, drop down the body, right-click on body, and we need to give it a material. And in our schematic here, it said plastic. I'm not sure if they're going to have something that's just plain plastic. So let's see. I'm going to move myself again. I drop down the plastic window, and we got a lot of plastics to choose from. And they're much more specific here. I don't think they're going to have one that's just called plastic, but we'll look and see. Look at that. I was proven wrong. They have this one that is just plastic. So I'm going to drag that out and kind of put that on there. Now I can close this. And to turn it in, we are going to... Actually, let's go ahead and save this first. I don't think I've saved it yet. So we'll call this Project 2 Saddle Bracket Grady. And now I'm all saved here. And now to turn it in, now we right-click here, open up our Properties window. I'm going to click off of it so it's not blue. And that's exactly what we want to get. And so now we're going to click our snipping tool. You can search for it if you don't have it pinned to your taskbar. I'm going to hit a new one. And I'm going to get this whole entire thing. And you guys should be getting familiar with this process by now. Put it in my downloads. I already have this one in there, so I can click that one, get some of the typing done, and then go back in and do some editing. Save me some typing. And I'm calling this one Learn Fusion 360 Project 2 Saddle Bracket Grady. And save that to the downloads. And then this would be, that's exactly what you would then turn in. All right, and that completes Project 2.